Love after 60. What older women hate hearing in bed, but rarely tell you. Ladies, let's talk about something that's been weighing on my heart. I've received countless messages from women in our community sharing their experiences with intimacy after 60. And there's a pattern I can't ignore anymore. Too many of you are staying silent about words and comments that are killing the romance and connection in your most intimate moments. Welcome back to Wise Advice for Elderly. You're gracious, you're understanding, and you don't want to hurt feelings or create conflict. But your silence about these mood-killing comments is robbing you of the beautiful, passionate intimacy you deserve at this stage of life. Today, I'm going to be your voice and share what you've been too kind to say directly. I'm revealing what older women truly hate hearing during intimate moments, not because I want to criticize our wonderful, mature men, but because addressing these issues openly can transform the quality of your physical and emotional connection. If you're ready for honest conversations about creating better intimacy after 60 and want to learn how to communicate your needs without damaging anyone's feelings, hit that subscribe button now. We're building a community where mature women can speak their truth about love, desire, and the intimacy they truly crave. Maya Angelou once said, "There is no greater agony than bearing an untold story inside you." But I would add this. There is an equal agony in the untold stories we carry about our most intimate moments. The words that shattered our confidence when we were most vulnerable. The comments that made us retreat into ourselves when we most needed to feel cherished. The phrases that turned what should have been sacred connection into moments of silent heartbreak. These are the stories we don't share with our closest friends. The wounds we carry in private. The moments when careless words during our most tender encounters left us feeling diminished rather than celebrated. It's the agony of lying next to someone afterward, not wrapped in the warm afterglow of love, but curled inward with the sting of feeling criticized, dismissed, or reduced to our physical changes when we had offered our whole, vulnerable heart. Too many of us are bearing these untold stories in silence. The accumulation of thoughtless comments that have slowly eroded our comfort with intimacy, our willingness to be completely present, our ability to lose ourselves in moments that should bring us closer together. We smile, we reassure, we pretend these words don't matter, all while a part of our soul quietly closes off to protect itself from further harm. The truth is that when the wrong words are spoken at the wrong time, they don't just wound in the moment, they echo in every intimate encounter afterward, creating walls where there should be bridges, fostering self-consciousness where there should be freedom, building barriers where there should be complete openness and trust. Number 1. What you hate hearing. Age-related comments. Ladies, there's a special kind of heartbreak that happens when you've gathered the courage to be completely vulnerable with someone, only to have them reduce your worth to a qualifier about your age. Nothing kills the mood and wounds the soul faster than being reminded that your desirability is somehow miraculous given your years on this earth. Comments like, "You're amazing for your age," "I can't believe how good you look at 65," or "Your body is incredible for someone your age," might flow from his lips as intended compliments, but they land like tiny daggers in your heart. Because here's what these words really communicate. Your attractiveness is impressive only when graded on the curve of age-related expectations, rather than being genuinely, unconditionally beautiful in your own right. It's the emotional equivalent of being told, "You're pretty smart for a woman." The qualifier doesn't enhance the compliment, it completely undermines it.
The hidden message is that your appeal is surprising, unexpected, an exception to some assumed rule about women your age, rather than being a natural expression of who you are. Dorothy, 67, shared her heartbreak with raw honesty. When Harold would say things like, "You're so sexy for your age," during our most intimate moments, something inside me would just wither. Instead of feeling desired and beautiful, I felt like I was being graded on a curve, like I was competing with the ghost of my younger self instead of being appreciated for the woman I am right now. Those words would pull me completely out of the moment and thrust me into my head, cataloging all the ways time had changed me, all the things that were different, all the reasons his surprise at my appeal might be justified. The cruelest part is how these comments transform what should be moments of pure acceptance and desire into analytical assessments. Instead of losing yourself in the beautiful connection you're sharing, you're suddenly hyper-aware of every line, every change, every way your body tells the story of a life fully lived. You become a critic of yourself in the very moments when you should feel most cherished and desired. What your heart truly longs to hear is appreciation for your beauty, your sensuality, your desirability, pure and simple, without footnotes or disclaimers. You're beautiful. You feel incredible. I love touching you. You take my breath away. These words focus on your appeal in this moment, right now, without any reference point except the genuine desire you inspire in him. The profound irony, the tragedy really, is that men often believe they're being reassuring and deeply complimentary with these age-related comments. They think they're acknowledging the challenge of aging while praising how well you've met that challenge. They have no idea they're actually highlighting the very insecurities many women carry, transforming what could be pure appreciation into conditional praise that depends on defying expectations rather than simply being worthy of love and desire exactly as you are. When someone truly sees your beauty, your real, present, unconditional beauty, your age becomes irrelevant to their desire. You're not beautiful for your age. You're simply, completely, undeniably beautiful.
Number 2. What you hate hearing: comparisons to the past. Ladies, there's a particular kind of devastation that occurs when you're sharing your most vulnerable self with someone, only to have them invite ghosts into your most sacred space. Whether it's comparisons to your own younger self or references to past partners, any comparison during intimate moments doesn't just interrupt the connection, it shatters it completely. Comments like "you used to," or "this is different from," or "my ex never," can instantly transform what should be a beautiful present moment connection into a crowded room filled with unwelcome spirits from the past. Even seemingly positive comparisons like "you're so much better than," or "I never experienced this before," bring other people and other times into what should be an exclusive, sacred experience between just the two of you. Patricia, 69, described the crushing impact. Quote, "When my partner would make comments about how different things were from his marriage, or casually mention something about when I was younger, it felt like I was suddenly performing for an audience of ghosts, his ex-wife watching from the shadows, my younger self standing in judgment. I wanted to be appreciated for the unique, irreplaceable connection we were creating together, not measured against some catalog of past experiences." Here's what makes this so devastating. The bedroom should be a sanctuary where only your current story exists, where the outside world fades away and nothing matters except the love and desire you're sharing in this moment. References to the past, whether meant as compliments or just thoughtless observations, contaminate that sacred space with comparisons and evaluations that have no place in intimate connection. When you're being vulnerable and present with someone, your heart is wide open, trusting that this moment belongs entirely to the two of you. To have that trust broken by the introduction of other relationships, other times, or other versions of yourself feels like a betrayal of the intimacy you're offering. What your soul craves instead is complete presence, his total focus on the beautiful connection you're creating together right now, without any reference points except the genuine pleasure and love you're sharing in this precious moment. You want to feel like you're the only woman who has ever existed in his awareness, not one in a series of experiences he's cataloging and comparing. The beauty of true intimacy is its ability to make everything else disappear. Past relationships, younger selves, outside concerns, leaving only the perfect, complete connection between two people who are fully present with each other.
Number 3. What you hate hearing. Comments about physical changes. Ladies, there exists a particular cruelty in having someone try to comfort you about the very thing that makes you feel most vulnerable. This is perhaps the most tender wound of all, when comments meant to reassure you about your changing body instead spotlight every insecurity you're trying to overcome in order to be present and open with someone you care about. Comments that draw attention to how your body has changed, even the most well-meaning ones like, "It's okay, don't worry about it," or "This happens," can feel like tiny knives piercing the very heart of your confidence. In the moment when you're being most brave, most trusting, most willing to share your authentic self, these words can shatter that courage completely. These comments, though flowing from genuine intentions to be supportive and understanding, actually accomplish the opposite of what they're meant to do. Instead of creating comfort, they spotlight the very things you might feel most vulnerable about. They shift the entire focus from pleasure, connection, and the joy of being together to analysis, accommodation, and the management of what's different or not working perfectly. Margaret, 64, explained the devastating impact with heartbreaking honesty. When things didn't work exactly like they used to, and my partner would try to be supportive by saying things like, "It's perfectly normal," or "We can work around this," something inside me would just crumble. Instead of feeling like my body was something beautiful to be enjoyed and explored, I felt like I had become a problem to be managed, a medical situation requiring understanding rather than a woman to be desired. I knew with my mind that he meant well, but those words made me hyper-aware of every single change, every difference, every way that time had altered me, instead of allowing me to focus on what still felt incredible. Here's the heartbreak. In those moments when you're trying so hard to be present, to push past your own self-consciousness and simply enjoy the beautiful connection you're sharing, these reassuring comments yank you right back into your head. They transform moments that could be about pure sensation and emotional connection into clinical observations about your body's changes and adaptations. What your heart desperately wants instead is focus on what's working beautifully, what feels incredible, what brings genuine pleasure to both of you. Your soul longs for a partner whose enthusiasm, whose obvious delight in touching you, whose natural responses communicate complete acceptance and desire without any words needed about what's normal or different. Let his authentic pleasure in being with you, his genuine responses to your touch, his obvious happiness in sharing these moments communicate all the acceptance you need. Sometimes the most loving response is simply presence, appreciation, and the kind of enthusiasm that makes you feel utterly desired exactly as you are right now. If this is resonating with your experience, let me know in the comments below. Your honesty helps other women feel less alone in these sensitive situations.
Number 4. What you hate hearing. Performance pressure comments. Comments that create pressure to perform or respond in certain ways can turn natural, flowing intimacy into something that feels like work. Phrases like, "Are you close? What do you need? Let me know when," or "Should I do something different?" might seem considerate, but they can actually create anxiety and self-consciousness. These well-intentioned questions shift your focus from simply experiencing pleasure to analyzing and reporting on your progress, which can actually interfere with natural response and enjoyment. Linda, 66, shared her experience. "I appreciated that David wanted to please me, but when he would ask questions about my response during intimate moments, it made me feel like I was supposed to be monitoring myself and providing performance updates instead of just losing myself in the experience." The challenge is that communication about pleasure is important, but timing and approach make all the difference. What works better is learning each other's responses and cues outside of intimate moments, then trusting that knowledge during your physical connection. What you prefer is a partner who pays attention to your natural responses, who learns your body's language, and who focuses on giving and receiving pleasure without turning it into a conversation or analysis session. Number 5. What you hate hearing. Rushed or scheduled comments. Nothing kills romance faster than comments about time, scheduling, or other practical concerns during intimate moments. Phrases like, "We should hurry," "We have time before," "It's been a while since," or "We should do this more often," can transform beautiful intimacy into something that feels scheduled and obligatory. These comments pull you out of desire and into logistics, making physical connection feel like another item on the relationship to-do list, rather than a natural expression of love and attraction. Helen, 63, described her frustration. When Robert would mention timing or make comments about frequency during our intimate moments, it made our connection feel calculated rather than spontaneous. Instead of being lost in the moment with him, I'd start thinking about schedules and expectations. Intimate moments should be free from practical considerations and time pressures. They should feel like an escape from daily concerns, not an extension of them.
Number 6. What you hate hearing. Analytical questions. During intimate moments, questions about feelings, relationships, or future plans can completely derail the natural flow of physical and emotional connection. Comments like, "Do you love me?" "How do you feel about us?" "What are you thinking?" or "Are you happy?" transform intimate moments into relationship discussions. While these conversations are important, bringing them into physical intimacy requires you to shift from experiencing to analyzing, from feeling to thinking, which can kill the natural progression of intimate connection. Carol, 68, explained the impact. When Thomas would ask deep questions about our relationship during our most intimate moments, it felt like I was being interviewed rather than loved. I'd go from being completely present with him to trying to formulate meaningful answers about complex emotions. Physical intimacy is about feeling and experiencing rather than thinking and discussing. The emotional connection you create through intimate presence often communicates more than words ever could. What you want is complete focus on the physical and emotional experience you're sharing, with relationship discussions saved for times when you can give them proper attention without competing with physical intimacy. Which of these resonates most with your experience? Share your thoughts below. Your honesty helps create better understanding and connection for everyone.
Now, here's what I need you to understand. Most men who say these things have loving intentions. They're trying to be considerate, reassuring, or communicative. The problem isn't their hearts, it's their approach and timing. The solution isn't to suffer in silence or avoid intimacy altogether. The solution is gentle, loving communication outside of intimate moments about what enhances connection and what interferes with it. You can say something like, "I love how considerate you are, and I want to share something that would help me feel even more connected with you." Then explain what you need without criticizing what they've been doing wrong. Remember, creating beautiful intimacy after 60 requires both partners to understand what enhances connection and what accidentally interferes with it. Your needs matter, your comfort matters, and your pleasure matters. Ladies, I want you to remember something crucial. You deserve intimate moments that make you feel beautiful, desired, and completely present with someone who appreciates exactly who you are right now. You don't have to endure comments that pull you out of the moment, make you self-conscious, or diminish the natural flow of intimate connection. Your comfort and pleasure in intimate moments isn't a luxury. It's essential for the kind of deep, satisfying relationship you deserve. The right approach is gentle, loving communication about what you need to feel most connected and comfortable. Most caring partners want to know how to love you better. They just need guidance about what works and what doesn't. Don't let well-meaning but mood-killing comments rob you of the passionate, present, beautiful intimacy that should be yours at this stage of life. You've earned the right to speak up about your needs and to expect intimate moments that honor your beauty, your desirability, and your right to be completely present in love. As Maya Angelou said, there's no greater agony than bearing an untold story inside you. Don't bear the story of unfulfilling intimacy in silence. Share your needs, guide your partner toward what works, and claim the beautiful physical connection you deserve. If this message gave you courage to speak your truth about intimacy or helped you understand your own needs better, please subscribe to our channel and share this with other mature women who deserve honest conversations about love and intimacy after 60. Remember, you're not just getting older, you're getting clearer about what you need and braver about asking for it. The right partner will want to learn how to love you in ways that make you feel completely cherished and desired. I'll see you in our next video, where we'll continue exploring the beautiful possibilities of mature love and intimate connection. Until then, remember, your needs matter, your pleasure matters, and you deserve intimate moments that celebrate exactly who you are.